Hello everyone, it's Valkinator here, and I'm back with another video once again. This video is gonna be a bit experimental, I'd say. I want to try out some new material because I want to put more stuff out on this channel rather than just making an animation then not doing anything a month later. And I don't usually promote my art a lot on here. I post my art usually on Instagram or Discord. I'll leave the links to those in the description. And I remember making a couple speed drawing videos in the past and stopped because I thought they were terrible. So why not give it another shot? Also, I'll give you this little walkie-talkie here. So then that way, I can still talk to you throughout the process. But I'll stop yapping for now. Now please enjoy the progress. You guys might be wondering, why am I using different colors like red, green, or blue while I'm sketching? That's because I want the sketch to be visible when I'm done. Because if it's all done in one color, then everything will just blend in any small detail I might miss when I do the outline process. I do this for the head, face, body, etc. I also like to draw any body part like the head, arms, or body on different layers so then I can scale or rotate it to my desire. Alright, the sketch is done. Now it's time to move on to the outline. This is where everything comes together. Outlining isn't too bad when it comes to making art, but when you have to make every single line perfect, now that's when it becomes a bit of a struggle. But it'll only take a couple seconds to fix up one small line, or 20 minutes. There's nothing too much to talk about coloring. Coloring might be the quickest phase in my opinion. I gotta say though, I like making colors very bright and vibrant, even if some colors may look dull and plain. The shading phase might be the most longest and challenging part when drawing. Knowing where the light bounces off is difficult to master, but it takes time. I remember back in 2020 I used Ibis Paint on my phone. I used black for shading and white for the outlines, and that looked very ugly looking at right now. But I got the correct idea now, knowing how shading works thanks to the artist Phantom Arcade. If you guys don't know who he was a famous animator on the Newgrounds website back in the day, and he's still famous thanks to him working on the hit rhythm game Friday Night Funkin'. I like how he draws stuff because it's like very realistic but still has that cartoony feeling at the same time. That's what I like about him, and that was my main inspiration for when I developed my art style over time. And finally, here comes the coloring outline and backgrounds. Basically coloring any piece of outline with a much darker version of a color that matches each other. I saw a couple people do this on Instagram and I kinda thought of doing something similar like that. I gotta say though, it's a bit annoying if you miss one teeny tiny little spot that you just can't see. For the backgrounds, I sometimes do just a simple color with a pattern. I like to mix up the pattern a bit, but since this isn't a tag for ArtFight, it'll just be something basic, nothing too special. I sometimes do environmental backgrounds too, but those are way too difficult and time consuming, you know? And here's the final result. This was very fun to make. The creator of Rachel is by my good old friend Blue Helmet Tunes on Instagram. I'll put his link in the description so you guys can check his stuff out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on that great little bell so you never miss a video. And as always, I'll see you all later. Bye-bye! Bye! Yippee!